Hello there, this is Ray here with Easy Simple Mechanic. On today's episode on this Raptor build, we're gonna be looking at some of the work that we're gonna be doing on this lower core support on the Raptor. And we'll see how far we get on that, and then we'll move on to the next part and see if we can't get this thing finished, put back together. So enjoy the episode. But I still have it on jack stands in the front because I have that wheel off on the other side. I don't guess I need this side yet, and I also left it on there because I may need to remove this tire again when I go to weld on the this on the inside over to the new core support that's gonna go in there. So I got all that measured off. I just need to cut the new core support to size. I need to cut that other piece off, and then we'll go ahead and try and get all that lined up and get that welded in. Now, one thing I've been doing a little research is they say you can't really flush these transmissions. So, you know, since I got the transmission cooler lines off and everything, I figured this would be a good time also to go ahead and change the transmission fluid on it. So what I'm gonna do is once we get this kind of buttoned up again here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a transmission flush. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do some of that maybe. The other thing that I wanted to do while we were here is go ahead and change the transfer case oil while we're doing that, and maybe even the differential oil. I understand that they take the same kind of oil. They say to use only the Mercon LV oil because it has certain chemical properties in it that are designed for this. The other thing I did is I did a little body work here, and I straightened out this piece here so that this looks straight now, and I went ahead and buffed that up. So I'm gonna get some primer, and I'll probably just rattle can that and get some spray on it. So I got all that piece that was damaged from the tire all squared away there. I don't know if you saw this before, but I took a 2x4 and straightened this door out some. I didn't get it all the way out. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this straightened out and repaired, or if I'm going to have to get another door skin or another door for this. But we'll see once we get this all put back together. I just want to make sure everything works and get everything going before we decide to move any further with that. So we'll do that. The other thing, you take these guys here because these were, I guess, the firing pins on this seat belts went off. So before we get done on these, I'm gonna have to pull these seat belts off and send them off to Safety Restore to get them reset and redone. So the other thing is, I guess whoever, when it was either at the auction or wherever, they stole I finally figured out what goes underneath the seat on the passenger side, right there where those bolts go. Just trying to figure that out. It turns out it's the Sony bass speaker that goes in there. So it's a pretty good size subwoofer that goes in there, and I guess they took that. So I'm gonna have to do that, and then when I'm over at the junkyard this weekend, I'm gonna also try and find the jack. They took the jack and all the stuff that went along with that. So we'll try and get that taken care of as well if I can find that, so that we'll be able to change a tire. I'm also taking well, I'm headed to the junkyard and whatever, and I'm also gonna take the spare tire, that rim that I was using up front here. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna see if I can get the stock tire that goes on this put on it, so that I'll have a spare as well. So I also did take, when I got the fender off here, I straightened out these little tabs that hold the fender on. I was able to do that, and it looks like once I got this door skin a little bit squared away, it also helped get my door better aligned. It still needs a little alignment up on top, but it's getting real close. It's just a little bit out on top and a little bit in on the bottom, so I'm gonna have to do some adjusting on that. But once we get that done, we shouldn't need another door. So yeah, for those of you that wanted to see what this would look like once we got it all tore down and back together, it's starting to look pretty good. Yeah, so it's starting to look like a truck again, and pretty soon we'll have us one of these Raptors. We'll be able to go test drive, and we'll see if the truck really is what the hype is all about. So it's starting to look like a truck. Okay, so we're back here catching up on what we've done here on this so far. The last time we talked a little bit about, you know, how we were going to be bringing in this fender support and the radiator support down the bottom here. And so I wanted to show you kind of what we've done so far as fitting. So I think I showed where we were cutting this right here. And so I went ahead and made a template, and I cut the new piece that we bought in exactly the same place. We went ahead and installed it for fitting purposes. I'm gonna be taking it back off to clean up this rust and get it ready for primer, and then I'll probably paint it, and then we'll just clean up the areas where we're gonna weld. But we got this this other piece in here, and as you can see, it was good that I waited to bolt up, totally tighten the cab down to the frame, because I did have to raise the cab just a little bit to be able to get it in over there. So I haven't tightened those yet, because I am going to have to lift it again just a little bit to be able to get that back out. And then we'll go ahead and clean this up, get it primered, get it painted, and then we'll come in here and we'll just weld this piece. And we are gonna rattle can this, so it's not gonna be a big deal, but this isn't a piece that shows up anyways or gets much exposure. So I think that's how we're gonna go about that. Just wanted to show you, that was interesting. I sometimes even amaze myself how close I get these. I did get this really close, and what I did here is I have a piece of the metal in here. It's stuck right up in here that I wanted to, well, at least I thought I had it there. Oh, I took it back out. But, oh no, it's down here in the bottom piece. So I took a piece that I cut off the old one, and I stuck it underneath here between the two, so that it makes underneath there. I don't know if you can see, let me zoom in. If you can see the gap there, you can see the other metal piece right in the back there. So there is no open gap there. So the idea is that when I weld, it'll weld that piece that's behind there to both of these pieces. And then I'll get in under here and I'll weld that up on both sides. So that'll give this extra strength instead of just having the butt weld here. It'll have that metal between the two, and it'll be stronger than the original. And then we will come in here, we'll weld that piece in there, and then I do plan to put those little pieces that I cut off the slots, I'm gonna lay those in here in the bottom, and I'll weld that the same way, so that all of these here will have something behind them on both sides from here to here. So not only will we be able to weld the butt weld, because we'll grind this back off so it'll be nice and smooth, but we'll also have some support underneath where you can't see it. So when it's done, hopefully it'll look almost like nothing ever got done there. And not that anybody's gonna see that, because it'll be underneath the fender and all, but nonetheless, I'll know it's there. So I want it to look as good as factory or better, and want it to hold up as good too. But yeah, this is, I'm glad I waited also because the frame has been a good guide to alignment, not only for the piece that goes over there where we did the cuts, but also on this side for whatever got tweaked. I think when the piece got buckled, it pushed this piece here, it pushed it out, it pushed it that way. And as you can see, now that the frame has the bushing there and lined up, you can see where that piece needs to go to be right. So as you can see, it's probably maybe a 1/4 inch off that direction. So what we're gonna do before we weld that back up is we're gonna get this piece lined up where it needs to be perfectly lined up, so that our fenders up here, our fender gap and hood will be lined up the way it needs to be. But that frame piece being in there is really helping line everything up that we need lined up. So that's gonna be good. And I can actually see where, you can actually see right here where the bend is. It's just a slight bend right in here. So we're gonna have to work on getting that straightened out. I think everything's good going that way, but we're gonna have to straighten this piece out on the bottom here a little bit. We're gonna have to bring it over and get it lined up perfect with where that piece goes. So if we can do that, then everything will be lined up, and you can see, you know, our pieces here, our fender will bolt up right there perfectly. And we'll get all that. Now the difference is, what I did want to say is there's only one difference that I noticed. This is off of a F150 regular pickup, and it's not the Raptor. There was one difference that I found, is there's a clamp that goes drilled right in here somewhere, and I'll show you on the other piece. Let me find it so I can show you guys. There, that piece right there, that little clamp goes, as you can see, over to the left of that big hole there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and drill those holes and tap the one for that clamp. And I think it's just to hold a hose or harness on the backside there for the radiators or something, to, you can strap into it. It's got one of those clip straps that clips right into that little hole. So you know, like I said, I want to leave this as close to being correct as possible. So we will be measuring that to figure out exactly where that goes, and then we'll go ahead and drill that little hole and the other little hole, and we'll tap that little hole so that we can put that little clamp on the other piece. And then as soon as we're done with that, we'll go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and pull this off. I'm gonna leave it there because it's a good support by having it kind of not tightened down but bolted to the frame. It helps support that piece. And I'm gonna put a clamp here, a welding clamp, to hold this piece to the, this has got to line up in here. So I'm gonna clamp it to here to hold it really solid while we go ahead and we use the stuff to clean up this metal, and we do all the sanding on this and get, while it's on there, because it's being held in a good spot. And then we'll remove it and we'll get it cleaned up and spray painted so that I don't get paint all over the rest of the stuff there on the vehicle. So when it's all said and done, it'll look newer, but it won't, I mean, it'll blend right in with the rest of the stuff after a bit. I mean, it'll look kind of clean and new, but at least we won't have a spray paint on all kinds of stuff over there. yeah, that's all we got left to go there. And then the next step, of course, will be to put the front pieces in, the radiator and all of that stuff, and get all that in there. Then we can start working on the inner fender wells, getting them back on, and those pieces. And then the fender, as you remember, it kind of came apart somewhat. So I'm not sure if for the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and glue it. Get it glued back, even though it still has the damage on it. I may put it back on temporarily so that we can take it over and get the thing registered. I may put the fender back on just to cover all this ugliness till we get a fender. That's it for now. I'm rambling on, so I'm gonna get to work, see what I can get done. Well, folks, I guess that's gonna do it for now. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and please like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.